Das, I'm not even going to pronounce that. This is the build, playing some medic, and yeah, this is a video I'm making just because, and the inspiration behind it is kind of weird. I wanted to talk about trying, I guess, and I wanted to talk about, like, how important it is. Before I jump into that subject matter, you can see in the bottom right, I'm trying to communicate to the heavy to go in and do something, but this demo man is just getting the Uber because he's the only one who's willing to go in there and do anything. He's willing to go in there and try. He's willing to go in there and be his best. And we do a pretty good job there, actually. We honestly get this point because of that play, I think, right there. And again, this video is about trying. I was thinking earlier today how I'm trying to do things with this YouTube channel, and I'm also trying to do things within my own personal life, whether that's exercising, or whether that's like doing better at work and whatnot, be more cautious of like not eating out as much, et cetera, et cetera. And it kind of made me think a lot about how people who don't try, or in instances where people are not trying, it's really frustrating. I'm going to speed up the rest of this footage here because it is just medic gameplay. No one really wants to see that, and it's crazy to think about too, because the big catalyst for this video, I think, was this clip from Deadlock that I'm going to showcase right about now. And I was just playing games, having a good game, trying to make a Deadlock video, and this Bebop just says GG. We're 10 minutes in the game, this Bebop's already giving up. That's the big thing I want you to take away from this video, is that you should try, and you should try to not give up. Giving up is like truly the bad ending scenario of anything in your life. And I'm not saying that you have to succeed at all things and try your heart out with everything you do in life. But it's still important to try to put some amount of effort into the projects you're working on, or into your day-to-day life, the work you do and everything. The nation here was just evaporated pretty crazy. And but it's just so crucial to try. I remember in high school and stuff, it would always just upset me and get me really pissed off to be in math or something, or to be at in Spanish class or whatever, and you just the whole class is basically held back because there's one kid out there that doesn't feel like trying today. He doesn't feel like putting his work, putting his nose to the grinder and trying to get something done, and trying to do better in the subject, he's just willing to give up. He would just put his AirPods, his headphones, put his head down on the table, fail every exam, everything. And by the way, guys like that don't really go too far in life. It's the guy who gets up early in the morning, who makes that 9 a.m. class, who does the assignment. Does he get an A on the assignment? No. Could he have maybe done a better job on his exam? Probably. But it's still, in a lot of things in life, really just boil down to that type of person. And getting ahead in life is really in the antithesis of just showing up and doing something, just getting out there and trying. And it's really disheartening to see, especially in video games or just in real life, just the amount of people that are not willing to try. I could have probably saved that demo there with that, but I guess I saved it here for this soldier. Honestly, too, the other thing, I am trying my heart out as medic here. I really, when I play medic, I go with the intention of winning, and unfortunately I get air blasted off here. But to be honest with you too, we also end up winning here this game. We were pretty dominant, and I really want to think it's because of a lot of the Ubers I popped, or just the fact that also my team is just staying together and everything. This is actually a really funny way to win the game. The scout is dancing his way into the bomb. I thought that was pretty funny. So I'm going to go ahead and try something here. I want to try to make this video entertaining, and want to keep this video going and everything to talk about trying. So I go ahead and make a new hat. As part of this series, the hat decides the class. This isn't really much of a hat. This is a weird... I was really confused by what this was, and I switched over to soldier for it. So here's what I look like. I actually try to make myself look as scary as possible with this apron, with this Ben Franklin mask. This mask is truly one of the more horrifying items that I have in my inventory. And again, if you're not familiar with this series, the idea is that I have all this refined metal that I bought from TF2 Marketplace, and I go ahead and I try to play a different class or a different build based on the hat that I crafted, everything. So we're playing a soldier right now. Soldier is actually one of those classes that I'm pretty good at. But there's definitely guys out there that are like disgustingly good. So there are a lot of like hardcore soldier tryhards, and I respect that. I do get an Uber on the way out of this spawn, which is really nice. And this is a really tricky spawn too. I always find that it's best to just kind of take your time with going out. There's really no rush, especially with how easy it is to sticky spam or how easy it is to get an easy headshot for anyone coming out the window here or these doorways. But I'm going back to my notes real quick about trying and how important that might be. One thing I will say is failure when trying is just as important as succeeding. I think failure is really indicative of like learning from the process and also learning from maybe your mistakes and whatnot. For example, I kind of experienced failure recently with the YouTube channel and made a few videos that didn't do too hot. You might say that this was a total and utter failure. These videos didn't get me anywhere, and et cetera, et cetera. However, you could also argue that I was trying something new with my content. I was trying to, develop different skills and also trying to learn new things about the creative process with Adobe Premiere or even just my own creative process with making videos. I've come a long way just the few months that I've been editing and making videos, and making videos has now become very easy for me. It used to be taking me like a week or two to get a video out, and then I've now gotten to a point where it's fairly easy for me to make a video. Are these videos the best produced and the ultimately the best kind of content I could possibly make? I wouldn't say that 100%, but I will say that I am learning a lot, and it's because I'm trying, and it's also because I am trying new things. That is also another aspect of trying is, ultimately trying new things and trying to branch out of just what you're used to doing constantly. I mean, Michael Jordan did become the best basketball player in the world, arguably, because he got really good at doing slam dunks or layups or alley-oops and whatnot. He got good because he was always constantly trying to reinvent his game, to reinvent himself, and to reinvent, the game itself as a whole. So, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video and also the Call of Duty video, they might not have been the hardest to make, and they also might not be the most technically impressive in my repertoire, but I learned a lot about like script writing. I also learned a lot about kind of getting my thoughts out on paper and everything. I also kind of learned a little bit more about how to edit for a game like Texas Chainsaw. I really would love to do more Texas Chainsaw videos, by the way. I still love that game, and I think I've kind of reignited my love for that game again, playing it recently. And the last thing I'll say also about trying is, ultimately, trying is very important, but also trying something new and trying new things is equally as important. At the end of the day, you should be trying, something new, or even just trying in general in life. To not try, in my opinion, is to die. And I'm not sure if for some people that might sound like, oh no, duh, like this is such an obvious point of reference. This is such an obvious take to have, but you'd be surprised. There are a lot of people that need to hear it, and also it's also just kind of motivational. I think that hearing that about within the TF2 YouTube video you're watching could ignite you to maybe try to do a little bit better at your homework, or at least try to get something done, try to cook dinner tonight instead of going out to McDonald's and everything. And I think that's the point of this video. I like to think the point of my other videos and the videos I make in general is my objective is to try and interest you and engage you to the degree where it's fun for me and also fun for you, I hope. I really hope to God my audience for this video, for these videos, and also any other kind of videos, aside from just being really appealing to the TF2 commentary community or the TF2 community as a whole, which, by the way, total nightmare scenario, the TF2 community. But I hope that these videos serve as like a nice little escape in terms of your day-to-day lives. I like to think that when I watched content like this back in the day, when I was like in college and high school and everything, I really loved to put it on like in the background while I was eating dinner or having lunch or while I was doing homework and everything. And it was nice to have that like voice in the back about a subject matter that I was really enjoying and everything. I've said this before in my previous videos, but a big inspiration has been Stir, old school commentary, YouTube gamers and whatever. But I think that's changed a lot too as of late. I think a lot of inspiration I draw now is definitely from things like. And by the way, we get Team Switch right here. Awesome stuff. Way to go. I love being Team Switch. It used to be that you would die first and then it would Team Switch you. So I was surprised to just see it go right to be on red team. But that is not going to stop me from trying. We are still going to try and win this game. And do we? I don't know. Stick around to the end of the video and like and subscribe to find out. Anyways, as far as inspiration goes now, my inspirations now are things like The Dick Show, PKA. I think Sam Hyde's a bit of an inspiration, not because I like him or his beliefs or whatever, but it's mainly because he's just such a figurehead in that space, and I think it's he's a figurehead in the space of creatives, especially for young impressionable males, and I'll leave it at that. I didn't really prepare a whole script to talk about a figure like Sam Hyde, but I guess I really wanted to just kind of get that out there. Essentially, why I'm making these videos a little bit, and then hopefully this video engages you to try a little bit harder, or even just try in general in the future. That's really all I got today. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and let me know what you think of this video. Have a good day.